To this issue of the CHRAJ boss, I'm going to talk to you about it because you're a lawyer. We've got a few minutes to wrap up. What is the process of removing or asking that a CHRAJ boss be removed?
Oh, well, it's a pity I didn't come with my constitution today.
Right.
But so let me just go with some of the off the top the head knowledge. The CHRAJ boss is the equivalent of an appeals court judge. And the deputy commissioners, because that's the CHRAJ commissioner, are the equivalent of a high court judge. And the procedure to remove a high court, or in this case court of appeal, because they have security of tenure, is that a petition must be written to the president,
which the Adrojuri MP has done.
Then he would refer that to the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice would have to establish a prima facie case. Prima facie meaning that a basic case, i.e. it is not something which is frivolous or vexatious or basically, to put it in layman's term, not rubbish, not just a vindictive kind of thing. Once that is done, they would establish a certain committee, I think it's 3 members, to look into it and to come up with a finding and the recommendation. And then the rest of the procedure will follow in terms of the report is taken back to the Chief Justice, who would make the recommendations and so on, and then eventually I think it would even go to Parliament, if my memory serves me right, on that particular issue. But with that, don't quote me authoritatively. So once that is done, it's quite a lengthy process. It's to prevent CHRAJ bosses from being victimized. This is a very peculiar case because it involves irresponsibility, waste, but not naked corruption as we are seeing at the moment. In fact, one of the banes of this government, as for me,
can we stick with it?
No, I just want to, because it's a problem that we need to look at in terms of borrowing, spending, corruption. This falls under the spending arm, but I wouldn't say under the corruption arm, because those are the reasons why we are in this over-borrowing, overspending, and then corruption is rife, which brought in the term create, loot, and share. This won't fall under that. Now, the reason why this is overspending, which in itself is very problematic, is because, one, Madam Loretta, if this were your own business, your father's business, where your money comes, I think 1.5 million from the government, about 7.5 million from Danida. So we have a lot of foreign aid coming in. So it's like a mobrowa thing. And they are going to pay your rent. First of all, you have a building which you can occupy. For some reason, I want to say that the housing officers were very irresponsible not to have provided accommodation for the last 3 years. How would you handle something like this? Would you make sure that the complaints are repetitive and alternative is found? Because I can understand temporary housing for 6 months. And worst case scenario, we look at all the time in law reasonability. Something which is reasonable. 1 year. But it's unreasonable not only to be out of accommodation for 3 years and the substitute was very lavish. But in this case, it's about $5,500 every month for the substitute. These are rents that are paid, yes, by private individuals, private companies. If you have your company like Talo or Inai or Woolworths or whatever, and you want to pay that to your CEO because when he has that accommodation, he brings the shareholders 10 times what they are looking for, there's no problem. But where we are going for foreign aid from Danida, you think if Danida were to look at the expenditure and they find out that accommodation alone, 5,500 a month, because when you add the utilities, that's what it came to. But even worse still, after accommodation, the rent expires, and then now you are put in a hotel, which
I see you're really stretching it now. I just wanted I wanted
in
clarification on how you remove a CHRAJ box. An opportunity for you to go.
I'm stretching it. I'm stretching it because
he's a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. So I should have been doing what he's doing.
Right?
But let me add, I have made this clear on any platform that I've been, that because it's overspending, I'm not being hard on Madam Loretta herself, because I don't think she went and took any money into her pocket or tried to spend any money. But I also feel that the system, i.e. those who are responsible for housing, those who are responsible for approval of such rents, those who are responsible for even also agreeing to accept that kind of hotel accommodation, that's herself, it's a whole mix and botch in this situation.
We'll have to leave it there.
Seriously, something else.
Thank you very much for your time.